Alright, howdy, and welcome to my demo of the Ibanez Tone Lock DE-7 Delay. I've got it sitting here next to my trusty AD-9 delay, which is what I bought the DE-7 to replace. And it pretty much does everything the AD-9 does. It's not quite as vicious in the feedback, and I'll show you that trick in a minute. But basically what I got this to do is just to do some I usually have it set up for just kind of some solo delay. It has three knobs. It has delay time on the left, and that's just a 1 to 10 knob. And I'll explain the times in a minute. It's got a repeat knob in the middle, which just goes from one repeat to pretty much until it dies out. And then it's got delay level, which is pretty self-explanatory. On the left over here, you've got a modes or a range switch, which goes from 40 to 160, and that's pretty much just a slapback delay, like 50 to 160 I think is what it says. Then it has 120 to 650, which is what I think is a more usable range, and mostly what I use it in. And then finally it has 480 to 2600, which is 2.6 seconds of delay, so that's a pretty good amount. You can do some doubling back with that and so forth. Not quite as much delay as you'd want to get from, say, a looper, but it gets in there. By comparison, the Ibanez AD-9 on the right, stock, only has 300 milliseconds of delay. So its range is kind of equivalent to the one in the middle here. So for starters, I'll show you just generally how I usually use this pedal, which is just kind of as a solo delay. But it also will do what I call kind of cosmic ray effects, and the more gain that you have for those, the better. So I'll turn that up a little bit. And what will happen is you need to switch it into the echo mode, which is supposed to be emulating tape echo, so it has more feedback built into it, whereas the delay mode is cleaner. And then turn the delay time and the repeats all the way up. And then what you do is you start with a fairly long delay time, and again I'm leaving it in that middle range that is 120 to 650, and you'll see what that does. You can also get some kind of weird, kind of warpy effect if you start out with a real fast time and then turn it down. So. And then you can also use it for what I primarily use it for. Another thing that I use it for. Was to get this sound here. So just kind of a washy effect. It actually doesn't work so hot on this dirty amp. So I'm going to try to plug it in over here. I've got set up clean. And show you this effect. Actually, I might be able to do it in this amp too. By comparison, here's that same setting on the AD-9. As you can see, this one will just basically do it forever until the signal dies. So it has a little bit more feedback to it, but they're both pretty good pedals. So that's pretty much it.